they just popped Yo Gotti's brother in Memphis. They tracked him down and found him, got get back for Dolph and everything like that, man. If you guys are Young Dolph fans, go ahead and put the Dolph emoji in the comment section. Let me know where y'all from, and if you rockin' with Young Dolph, put the PREs in the chat. Hey man, they just actually seen Big Jook, Yo Gotti's brother. He was already in Memphis, which he should have already got out of town, because when you get the bread, you're supposed to be out of that city, man. You're supposed to already have moved on and can't be lingering in the hood no more. Big Jook is already known as the street dude. He's the enforcer when it comes to Yo Gotti's whole crew, CMG. He's the guy that's been doing a lot of the dirty work in the streets and everything like that. And so he was out doing his thing. He pulled up to a lot of people and he got spotted. They were following him the whole time. As soon as he touched down on Memphis, people in the airport already seen him and everything. People already was talking about, oh yeah, did you see him? Big Jook just pulled in. He had the glasses on and the black t-shirt. And this is when they saw him actually driving around. He went to that whole they went to pay their condolences to somebody. Right after they left, he went down by Privé to pick up the lamb chops and the mashed potatoes. This is when they pulled right up on him in the parking lot, and boom, just right down the road from the whole place. Like, they just followed him and tailed him the whole way through the city. They seen him do a lot of stuff in the morning. They seen when he went to this other spot, but it was too hot. Then they pulled up, and once they were in his own neighborhood, it happened in his own hood. This is why when you get the bag, you got to move out the hood. Yo Gotti always should have been given, like, Yo Gotti should have moved him and everybody that he cared about out of that whole town, because it was a whole war zone. They were trying to get back for Dolph for the last 3 years, and people got to understand that this was going to happen. They knew it was coming. They knew somebody, either it was going to be someone close to Yo Gotti, like, or somebody that was with CMG or anything like that, because that whole thing with Dolph, the situation, it don't sit right with people, and they know that they have to get some sort of, like, even the score and everything like that. This is what they do. This is what goes on, man. And people know that they was looking for CMG dudes. This is why they stopped wearing the chains and everything like that. Yo Gotti, he told everybody from CMG don't wear the chains, because they was already looking for dudes with the CMG chain. Ever since the stuff happened with CEO TZ and everything that happened with CEO Jizzle, him getting hit up in Memphis at the concert because he had the PRE chain on, they knew that they was about to be riding and getting get back for that dude too. And this is what you got to realize, is that Memphis has been hot this whole entire time. Ever since Dolph was gone, it hasn't been the same since, man. And people are trying to, like, they're trying to find that what's missing. They're trying to replace it with all of this stuff that's been going on, man. And this is why they tracked down Big Jook, because they know that he's the right hand man of Yo Gotti. And if Yo Gotti was hiding and fled to Bali and all of these things and went with Angela Simmons so he could hide out, then they know that if they can't find him, then they're gonna try to get somebody that's close to him. This is usually what happens. You gotta pay attention to the fact that they was already hip to the, like, knowing that they was gonna do something with one of Yo Gotti's partners or homies or anything like that, and it ended up being his brother. And people gotta realize at the end of the day that Young Dolph already had a beef with Big Jook when this whole thing started at the first place. Like, he made it, he would put it in the songs. He was calling Big Jook Yo Gotti's big sister, as long as, like, he was responding to all the disses that Yo Gotti was sending too. But one thing you gotta understand is that they know that Big Jook was playing a big part in the CMG things and the operations. They're saying that he's the dude that actually had 40K on somebody's head. Like, this is what came out. This is why they even locked him up and put him on the whole entire stand last year, to get him to actually try to testify against somebody. But they let him out within like 24 hours because he gave up Govan. And then now that he gave up Govan, he had everybody looking for him. He had Govan's homies looking for him. He had, like, PRE or dudes that was trying to slide or whatever, whatnot. Allegedly, everything entertainment purposes. But there was a lot of people that was trying to slide for Dolph, and they wasn't just gonna let this thing go by and not have any type of retaliation or revenge. They already got, like, a lot of people from this. They got a lot of Cash Desto, which was Govan Hernandez's daughter. And the thing is that the people that was the actual masterminds in it, like the whole people who put the hit together, they orchestrated it, they plotted and planned on doing something, and they're the ones that's actually be getting picked off right now. And that's what happened with Big Jook, because he's the one that was actually planning a whole lot of stuff with Yo Gotti. Like, they're the ones that was riding together in that Bentley. Everybody heard about what was going on with that black Bentley that was riding around town, and it was spotted right in front of the cookie shop and everything like that. And you got to remember, the cookie shop is in Yo Gotti's hood and in Big Jook's hood, so they could have been right down the road. Like, they could have even had people that they knew that was involved in things like that. This is why they've been trying to find them, because they know that they're the guys who put the money up on Dolph's head like that. And that's what one thing that they went wrong with, is that a lot of people actually have loyalty to Dolph. They have Dolph's back, and they still trying to figure out who did this and like how they're gonna get them back and all of this stuff, because they're not gonna let that just slide and let somebody like Dolph be disrespected like that, because he was the king of Memphis. So you know that a lot of people were gonna slide for the king of Memphis. This is one thing that was in the back of a lot of people's head. They knew eventually that it was gonna be one of them dudes from CMG that ends up like basically put up on the poster when they were talking about who they were going to actually take out for Dolph. Like, they thought it was blacyoungsta. A lot of people wanted the feds to get blacyoungsta. The feds got a lot of people in CMG. They raided a lot of places, and ultimately the streets got the justice before the feds got the justice, because the Dolph trial is still like something that's in the process of happening, man. And they're saying that in the next month that this Dolph trial is really going to start. And now that they took Big Jook out, like, it adds to the whole thing. It's it keeps getting deeper and deeper, man, because a lot of people, man, they miss Young Dolph, and they know that it was no replacing him, and so they still mad at Yo Gotti and them for that. They knew that they was his main ops, and so they knew that it was something to do with them. Like, the karma is gonna come back on them, and this is why all of these things is happening to CMG at the concerts. They shut down a lot of shows. He stopped messing with a lot of the artists. blacyoungsta is no longer a part of CMG. They dropped Moneybagg Yo. Everybody got split up. The only person that was really wearing the CMG chain like that was Glorilla, and that's when blacyoungsta got tripped, and that, like, somebody grabbed his leg at that concert when he fell down. Y'all seen it. It went viral and everything like that. And what people gotta understand is that in Memphis, they actually more of Dolph fans than they are Yo Gotti fans. If you guys are fans of Young Dolph, put the Dolph in the emojis in the comment section. Put the 222s in the comment section for Dolph, man. Because at the end of the day, y'all gotta realize that Dolph was giving back to Memphis. He was trying to make the community better. He was buying back a lot of houses, a lot of real estate. Dolph was getting a lot of money. They said he had millions of dollars of operations going on, and this is the reason why he was using the cookie shop, Makita's, as a stash house. And when they dragged him in the back of there and everything with the U-Haul, this is one thing that people had to pay attention to, is that Yo Gotti and them, they said that they was just right down the road. People spotted them because they were on the airways already. When Yo Gotti went live, it was them riding down airways, pulling up to the private jets and everything like that. And he tried to go live, but everybody knows that you can't go live in the sky, and he was still in Memphis on the ground. And so they knew they was fresh off of the Dolph scene, that they had just sped away from seeing it all go down, because when they sent all them people, this is when they knew that they was gonna try to corner him and everything like that. And they knew that they had they actually got him up with a lot of stuff. They took Dolph's keys. Remember, they parked his car in the front of the cookie shop and everything like that. It was a whole lot of people that actually was involved in a lot of things, man. And one thing you got to understand is that some of the stuff didn't add up, and they knew that somebody had something to do with it. And the fact that all of the 12 from MPD went to Privé restaurant right after the Dolph thing, they knew that it was something to do with the Yo Gotti and the Young Dolph beef. They took it too far, man. And at the end of the day, they been trying to get Dolph. They try to chase down Dolph in LA and Charlotte, the 100 shots and everything like that, and he still made it out of that. And so this is why Govan Hernandez and Big Jook were being looked at as the main people who was corroborating in the whole entire thing, and they was about to take some sort of plea deal or something. So it could have even been somebody from Big Jook's own side, like CMG could have even took him out, because he was probably getting ready to tell and put a RICO on Yo Gotti, because they knew that the only person that they could get to that knows all of Yo Gotti's secrets is his own brother, because he's the guy that's the enforcer for him. He's the one that's been doing a lot of the dirty work. They send him on a lot of the missions. He's the guy that's got to show his face and, you know, see a lot of people about all the stuff that Yo Gotti's doing behind closed doors and everything like that. So they thought he was gonna rat out the whole crew, and basically they knew that he was talking to the feds the whole entire time since last April. And basically, since Govan and everybody got out on the ankle monitors, they know that Big Jook had to have been the guy who was getting ready to like take down CMG by cooperating with the feds and becoming the informant. There was an informant inside of CMG, man. 8 CMG members got rounded up when this whole thing went down, and this is what led to the fact that Yo Gotti, he was about to get thrown under the bus, and basically they was gonna throw the book at him because of the fact that he was the leader of CMG. They're trying to get the kingpins, they're trying to get the big dogs in this whole entire thing, and that's why people got to realize that it could have been Big Jook getting picked off by his own people, or it could have been to get back for Dolph. Let me know what y'all think and subscribe to the channel.